Hello, hello. Welcome to another live stream. This is live stream 129, I think. Time flies when you're having fun. Let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. And what's the weather like where you are at the moment? It's a beautiful evening here in Montana. And please also let me know if it sounds okay. I'm going to start off with a tune. It's an instrumental piece called The Fish. I hope you like it. Bam. That's a tune called The Fish. I put it out on the internet earlier this year in an effort to just kind of release some songs just for my own satisfaction, really, and to share it with anybody out there who appreciates it. And if you're joining the stream, then thank you for appreciating the music. Assuming that you are, of course. I see some nice comments there coming through. I wanted to let everybody know that I'm going on tour. I'm going to be playing in, my first concert. They're all on my website, by the way, these list of concerts. My first concert's in Livingston, Montana, here locally, at a local haunt. It's going to be a lot of fun. Then I head out to Boston. I play up in New Jersey. I'm just remembering the dates by memory. I'm playing in Baltimore, Philadelphia, Durham, North Carolina. I'm playing a Chicago show. And then I head out up to the West Coast. I play in San Diego and Long Beach, California, Fresno, Oakland, Cupertino, and I head up to Portland, Oregon. I might have missed one or two, but it's going to be a lot of fun. If you're in one of those cities, be sure to come along. This is pretty much my only tour of the year. And it's going to be really fun to get my playing into a really good shape. It's what happens when you play a bunch of shows in a row. You get really tight with your songs and arrangements. So that's one of my favorite things about being on the road. So anyway, I hope you're all having a nice weekend out there. Jack Reed says, Ottawa, Canada, always tuning into your stream. Great to listen on Expert, enjoying his talent. Thanks for sharing. Thanks, Jack. I'm glad it comes across that I do enjoy it, because I really do. I love to play, and I love to perform. And Kelly D says sold out in Portland. Yeah, it is sold out in Portland, unfortunately. If you're in one of the other cities and considering getting tickets, be sure to grab them, because it looks like they're all going to sell very well, and several will, sell out, it seems. So, Andre says, have you ever played in Germany or Europe? I've played in Germany, especially in Germany, probably 15 times over the years. The first time I went when I was about 15 or 16, and maybe I was 17. Well, somewhere in that age, but yeah, it was really bizarre for me. Like, the first European concerts I played were in Finland, and I was taking photos with these families backstage, and I looked like I was a sibling of these people, and I'd flown all the way from Australia. I had my shorts on, and it was winter in Finland. It was snow everywhere, and I had my shorts on, and it was really bizarre to travel all across the world and find people that looked like me. It's very, I'd never forget that realization. But I used to perform in Europe a lot, but these days I'm mostly in Montana, hanging out. We got horses and sheep and chickens and all kinds of things going on here, and I have a 2-year-old son, and he keeps us very busy. And so it's kind of a season where I'm not traveling as much. So it's really nice that I can come, through the wonders of modern technology, as my friend and mentor Tommy Emmanuel would say, through the camera here and the microphones. So Dan Kenny says, see you in San Diego. Cody says, going to New York at all? The closest I'm coming to New York City is New Jersey. It's Glen Ridge, New Jersey, kind of near Newark. And the New York City date, it conflicted with the Chicago show I had, so I couldn't do the New York City show in this tour, unfortunately. Tim Hayes says, Joe, thank you for your music. Was blessed to see you in Buffalo. Hope you come back up there or up to Ontario, Canada. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, I remember playing at Buffalo, probably at Sportsman's there. And it's good fun. Andy said, what's the most valuable lesson you've learned from the Master TE? There are so many things I've learned from TE. Tommy Emmanuel, of course. I met Tommy Emmanuel when I was 11 years old for the first time. His brother Phil was a really great champion of mine around that time, and he introduced me to Tommy. And Tommy's infectious positivity and enthusiasm for music is just still to this day so inspiring, and he's given me so much inspiration, as with many guitarists of my generation and beyond. But the first time I sat down with Tommy for a pretty serious kind of okay, Joe, play me some of your songs, and he took a listen and he said, Joe, he said, you got to work on your timing, and you got to write songs with better melodies. That was his advice for me, and it was kind of tough love. It's difficult to hear that from someone you admire so much. But it was really, really great advice, and he if anyone has been to his guitar camps, which are a wonderful experience, he tells it like it is, and I very much appreciate that about him. So he's been a wonderful mentor. Andre says, I'm looking forward to a Mike Dawes concert next week. Do you know him too? Last year I saw him in concert with Tommy Emmanuel. Next year you should come as a trio. That would be fun. Yes, Mike and I are friends, and he's a wonderful player and a wonderful person. The last time I saw him, I think it was in Nashville. Before the pandemic, somewhere around there. But we keep in touch online, and I always enjoy hearing his compositions and recordings. Bill Morgan says, why not stop in Richmond on your way from Baltimore to Durham? There's a place I've played in Richmond many times called the Tin Pan, I believe it's called. And this time I'm heading straight by there, probably. I heard Nature is a Teacher and it was great, especially the guitar solo. Thank you very much for that. Well, lots of comments tonight. I shall play Nature is a Teacher. Thank you for the request. This is a song. It's really just about listening to reality. Here we go. There's a hurricane around me, blowing up against my plans, stirring up all kinds of memories of what I've crushed with my own hands. You trust the sky to make us feel so humble, watch it cry. With every strike and rumble, here I lie on this rock I can't control. Once more, nature is a teacher. Once more, nature is a teacher. There's an earthquake under my feet as I'm camped up on this hill, stirring up all kinds of memories of ground I've lost from standing still. Once more, nature is a teacher. Once more, nature is a teacher. Northern lights on the horizon, way up in the summer sky, stirring up all kinds of memories of when I dared to fly that high. Once more, nature is a teacher. Once more, nature is a teacher. All right. Good fun. See a question from Buzz. Buzz Butler. How soon will you start your son on guitar? My dad started giving me guitar lessons at age 5 in 1959 on a Gibson J200. That's really pretty cool. You know, I don't have a firm idea of, how I want to present the guitar to my son. He has a ukulele, and he sits down. It was very interesting. He sat down with it on his right leg, and he sat there with perfect posture, perfect left hand position. And I wonder if he's watched me Not that I have perfect technique, but it is one of my specialties. Ranting and raving about guitar technique, or whether that's just kind of the natural position. I kind of think the latter. But yeah, I'm gonna get him a little guitar and see what he thinks of it. Patricia says, "Hey Joe, loved your version of Breezin' you posted. Thanks for sharing your music." Thank you, Patty, I believe. I appreciate that. It's fun playing that George Benson tune. Joe, you usually play Genevieve when I request it. How about tonight? Yeah, I'll play that for you, Paul. I'm gonna play another instrumental tune, and then I'll play another vocal tune, maybe Genevieve. Marcos says, "Hello everybody, hello Joe, greetings from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Please can you play Honeysuckle Rose?" Well, yeah, I have to play Honeysuckle. That's just a great idea. It's a great tune. Why don't I play Honeysuckle Rose? This is for you, Marcos. Thank you for the request. See how it goes. Every honeybee fills with jealousy when they see you out with me. I don't blame them, goodness knows. Honeysuckle Rose. And when I'm taking sips from your tasty lips, it seems the honey barely drips. Your confection, goodness knows. Honeysuckle Rose. Don't buy sugar, you just need to touch my cup. You're my sugar, and it's so sweet when you stir it up. When I'm taking sips from your tasty lips, it seems the honey barely drips. Your confection, goodness knows. Honeysuckle Rose. Something like that. That's a great tune. It's a fun tune to jam with another musician. Yeah, I have to do that. Do that tune with a guest at some point soon. If anyone wants to come jam on my tour, come along. Okay, let's play this song. It's called Theme for Young Lovers. It's a beautiful piece. It was written by Bruce Welch of The Shadows. I just seen an interesting question there from Andy on Facebook. For anyone who's curious, I'm live at the same time on YouTube and Facebook. I got this magic way of doing that. Andy says, I noticed earlier in your career you did a lot of intricate and technical instrumentals. Nowadays you seem to do a lot more vocals on top of the still intricate guitar backing. How did you go about developing that skill to be able to also sing on top of the guitar arrangement, usually including melody, harmony, and bass lines? That's a great question, Andy, and it's something that I wanted to hear as a fan of both fingerstyle guitar and, I like songs. Not just instrumental music, which I do have a great love of instrumental music as well, but I wanted to blend songwriting with, intricate guitar arrangements. The way I went about doing that, actually James Taylor's music was a big influence because he always has really great vocal phrasing, really great vocal melodies, but also really nice guitar work underneath. And I learned all of his songs from the James Taylor Greatest Hits songbook, and it was a really good way of developing some independence between the voice and the hands. So that's a really cool way to approach it. Dan says, use of the harmonics is crazy cool. How did you learn that? Well, it's one of the beautiful things about the guitar is we have these harmonics on the 12th fret, on the 7th fret, on the 5th fret. And once you kind of get to know that this is E, this is D, this is F sharp, this is B, this is D, this is B, this is G, etc. Is that G? Yeah, it's G. You start to kind of think, oh, okay, I have this melody. Okay, we have G, F sharp, E, D, E. G sharp, F, F sharp, E. Anyway, you know what I mean. And you can find it with harmonics. And it's kind of just it's a really nice arranging tool. And a few golden rules with acoustic guitar arranging especially is if you can play an open string, then it's nice to do that because it can ring out against a fretted note and create this kind of nice suspended sound. And if there's a harmonic, if you can play a melodic phrase with harmonics, then that can be a really nice way to just kind of make the melody pop and sound different and kind of surprise your listener a little bit. So yeah, it's really fun. Did you ever learn James Taylor's Copper Line? That was one of the hardest for me to play and sing at the same time. You know I did. And I can play Copper Line. I'll pull up the lyrics and maybe I'll give it a whirl. Let me just kind of, forgive me, I'm just going through my computer here to find the, I have a repertoire spreadsheet and I should have Copper Line in here somewhere. Yeah, there we go, the lyrics. Yeah, I can play that. Why not? Little JT never was a bad idea. To anyone who's just tuning in, I have a tip jar. The tip jar link is joerobinson.com/tipjar, TIPJAR. These streams are always free, but if you want to leave a tip, $10, whatever you want, it's very much appreciated by me, and yeah, helps me kind of remember that people out there like it, and yeah, it makes me want to do more. So if you enjoy the music and want to support me and the music, then the tip jar is a nice way to do that. Thank you in advance to anyone who uses the tip jar. And just another reminder, I'm going on tour on the East Coast and the West Coast of the US with a couple extra shows, one in Chicago and one in Livingston, Montana, throughout most of October. So if you're in one of those cities, check out my joerobinson.com and you can check out the schedule and get tickets if you're in one of those cities. So cheers. All right, here's James Taylor's Copper Line. Even the old folks never knew why they call it like they do. I was wondering since the age of 2, down on Copper Line. Copperhead, Copper Beach, Copper Kettle sitting side by each, Copper Coil, Copper Georgia Peach, down on Copper Line. Half a mile down to Morgan Creek, I'm only living for the end of the week. Hercules and a hard-nosed snake, down on Copper Line. We were down on Copper Line. One summer night on the Copper Line, slip away past supper time, wood smoke and moonshine, down on Copper Line. One time I saw my daddy dance, watched him moving like a man in a trance. He brought it back from the war in France, down on Copper Line. Branch water and tomato wine, creosote and turpentine, sour mash and new moonshine, down on Copper Line. We were down on Copper Line. The first kiss ever I took was like a page from a romance book. The sky opened and the earth shook, down on Copper Line. I took a fall from a windy height, I only knew how to hold on tight. We prayed for love enough to last all night, down on Copper Line. We were down on Copper Line. I tried to go back as if I could, all spec house and plywood. Tore up good, down on Copper Line. Doesn't come as a surprise to me, doesn't touch my memory. I'm lifting up, rising free, down on Copper Line. There we go. There's a little James Taylor tune. All right. Greg says, oh my god, time is completely different. It's 11 p.m. in New York, not 5 p.m. like I'm at home in Hawaii, lol. Yeah, you know, it's always hard to find like the perfect time to stream. It'd probably be like a couple hours earlier than I'm doing it, but just with my son's bedtime and everything, and this is just easier for me, so... Marcos says, this is pure joy. I'm very happy to be here. Thanks, Joe. Oh, yeah. Cheers, Marcos. And he says, any chance you could do Strutting It? Love that tune so much. I did it for my HSC. Oh, yeah. Sweet, Andy. That's awesome. Hope it went well for your HSC. I can play Strutting for you, for sure. So far, this guitar is holding tuning a lot better, so I'm happy about that. Certainly sounds good in my headphones. This is Strutting It for you, Andy. Cheers. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I listen to that tune now, and I think, man, that it sounds like it was written by a 17-year-old, because it was. You know, you got a kind of a certain like I don't know, panache about you when you're that age. Yeah, it's good fun. Yeah, I see Paul reminded me to play Genevieve, so I'm gonna play that. Thank you for the request, Paul. Yeah, I don't think this guitar has, you know, probably been played like that very much in its life. This is an 88-year-old Martin D18. It sounds really good for recording. And yeah, swagger, that's the word I was searching for, Andy. It's got a swagger to it, the tune. 17-year-old swagger. Anyway. This is a song I wrote for my wife. Her name is Genevieve, and this is from the album Borders. Hope you like it. I do enjoy playing this song. Cheers. Down by the river that you lie, before we had to say goodbye, I fell for you before I knew your name. The way that the words fell from your lips, the feeling of your soft fingertips on my skin, I've never been the same. All that I need to learn, that I need to see is in your eyes. All that I plead and yearn for this world to give me, realize in this love I believe. Genevieve, je tend to whip my joie de vivre. From all that I run, you are my reprieve. Right from the start, this restless heart you tame. All that I need to learn, that I need to see is in your eyes. All that I plead and yearn for this world to give me, realize in this love I believe. Genevieve, and every day I know it more and more. You're the one I've been searching for, and I don't even know who I was before you. But I need to learn, that I need to see is in your eyes. All that I plead and yearn for this world to give me, realized in this love I believe. More than I can conceive, morning, noon and eve. Genevieve, Texas Honey Badger says, great show from Texas. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I love that handle. Texas Honey Badger. It's great. Brian Farrell says, cheers, Joe from Ireland. Later night here, Brian. Thanks, Brian. Hope you're well, mate. Brian's a member of my Invisible Technique family. Invisible Technique is my guitar teaching platform. Andre says, what a wonderful love song for your wife. Have you ever written a song for your son or your mother? You know, I have to write my mum a song. That's a really good idea. She would love that. I've written a couple songs for my son. One I haven't finished yet. And the first song I played in this stream was called The Fish. And it's dedicated to my son because he's very wiggly. So his nickname is The Fish. So, yeah. I'll play some instrumental, something with a bit of, I'll put my back into it, you might say. Here's a little Chet Atkins medley. Chet didn't write the music, but he arranged it and kind of pioneered the this way of guitar playing. Great tune. I'll play another tune that Chet recorded with Jerry Reed called Don't Think Twice, It's Alright. Of course, this song was written by Maestro Bob Dylan. It's good fun. Let's see if I can remember all the words. It ain't no use to sit there and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. And it ain't no use to sit there and wonder why, babe, it'll never do somehow. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, take a look at your window, baby, I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm a-traveling on. Don't think twice, it's alright. Ain't no use in turning on your light, babe, that light I never know. And it ain't no use in turning on your light, babe, I'm on the dark side of the road. Still I wish there was something you would do or say to try to make me change my mind and stay. We never did too much talking anyway. Don't think twice, it's alright. Ain't no use in calling out my name, girl, like you never done before. And it ain't no use in calling out my name, girl, I can't hear you anymore. I'm a-thinking and a-wondering as I'm walking on down the road. I once loved a woman, a child I'm told, gave her my heart, but she wanted my soul. Don't think twice, it's alright. So long, honey, baby, where I'm bound I can't tell. And goodbye's too good a word, babe, so I just say fare thee well. I ain't saying you treated me unkind, could have done better, but I don't mind. Kinda just wasted my precious time. Don't think twice, it's alright. Don't think twice, it's alright. Good fun. Please hold up your right hand fingernails to the camera. Alright, that's a very specific request. I can do that for you. I aim to please. So here are my. Well, the thing is, you can't see that because it's out of focus. But I'm a manual focus kind of camera guy. I don't have fingernails. See, it's just the pads of my fingers. You'll see they're a little bit black, just from like kind of the, the metal of the strings or whatever. But I like the sound of flesh on steel strings. On a nylon string guitar, I really like the sound of nails. I think it projects beautifully, but on a steel string, nails can be a little bit harsh, potentially. Some people really do a beautiful job with it, but yeah. Love it. Guitar gymnastics on classic songs is why most of us could never perform like this. Yeah, it's funny though, because like that song is a classic without all the guitar gymnastics, and some would say it's better without all the guitar gymnastics. And my feeling of like, kind of like, can anybody do this, is like, I think anybody out there can learn how to play great songs by your favorite artists. You can learn all of Bob Dylan's songs, you can learn all of Eric Clapton's songs, you can learn all of James Taylor's songs, and you can do a great job playing them. It doesn't require you to like quit your job and become a monk who practices for 8 hours a day up in the hills. But if you want to play like Pato de Lucia or Tommy Emmanuel or Malmsteen or Eric Johnson or Robin Ford, or players like that who really push the envelope of what's possible on the instrument, then that's kind of like a lifetime dedication beyond just playing great songs and great music. It's kind of like, yeah, it's you got to really be kind of all in. So it's not a conscious choice I really made. It's just that was what my calling was as a young person. So Tyler says, "Is that a pre-war D18? It sounds superb." Thank you, Tyler. Yeah, it's a 1937 D18. Beautiful guitar. Sounds really good when it's taken me a while to figure out how to play it right and get it to sound right through the microphones and all that. So yeah, I'll have to go shortly, but I wanted to let you all know that I'm going on tour soon, playing on the East Coast and the West Coast of the US, as well as one show in Chicago and one show in Livingston, Montana. So if you're in any of those cities, check out my website for the list, and you can come along if you'd like. Andy says, "Sound is great. Haven't noticed any cutouts on today's stream." Thanks, Andy. Yeah, I haven't noticed any cutouts either. I think I've solved that issue. This microphone is making that sound. I don't know if you hear that, but it's got this really interesting little, it's like the diaphragm is suspended on this, and it's a bit sibilant. It's suspended on this, like a gooseneck kind of thing. And I've noticed that if I tap my foot in just the right way, it starts to rattle. But anyway, probably can't hear that out there. Dan Kenny says, "Steely Dan." I don't really have any Steely Dan arrangements, but I can point you in the direction of my friend, the late great Pete Huttlinger. He created an album and a songbook of Steely Dan tunes for fingerstyle guitar that's really cool. He would play songs like anyway, and he would do anyway. I'll play another song or two, and then I'll wish you all a good evening. Let me know if you have any requests. Maybe I'll play this song. My friend Brian's listening from Ireland, and he's asking, what mic are you using on guitar? I'm using this mic. It's made by Mic Tech, Miktek. It's called a C5, and yeah, I really like these mics. They really sound good. Small diaphragm condenser. Yeah, my friend Brian's listening in Ireland, and he's always posting in my communities really great renditions of John Prine songs, and he does a mean version of Dublin Blues by Guy Clark. So this one's for you, Brian. This is Poncho and Lefty. I don't play these songs during my concert. I just do them during the stream for fun. My concert, I play 2 guitars at the same time, and I run around the stage like a madman. If you're curious, come see a show. Anyway, here's a little Poncho and Lefty. Living on the road, my friend, was gonna keep you free and clean. Now you wear your skin like iron, your breath's as hard as kerosene. Once your mama's only boy, but her favorite one it seems. She began to cry when you said goodbye. Sank into your dreams. Poncho was a bandit boy. His horse was fast as polished steel. Wore his gun outside his pants for all the honest world to feel. And Poncho met his match, on the deserts down in Mexico. And nobody heard his dying words. And that's the way it goes. And all the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip away out of kindness, I suppose. Lefty, he can't sing the blues all night long like he used to. The dust that Poncho bit down south ended up in Lefty's mouth. The day they let poor Poncho low, Lefty split for Ohio, and where he got the bread to go. Now he's growing nose. And all the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip away out of kindness, I suppose. Poets tell how Poncho fell. Lefty's living in a cheap hotel. The desert's quiet and Cleveland's cold. So the story ends, we're told. Poncho needs your prayers, it's true, but save a few for Lefty too. He only did what he had to do. Is growing old, and all the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip away out of kindness, I suppose. A few great I federally say they could have had him any day. They only let him go so long, out of kindness, I suppose. That's a good song. Great song. All right. That's interesting that the audio has gone out of sync, has it? Well, maybe that's telling me that it's time to wrap it up. Whenever I hear the song "Free Electric Band" by Albert Hammond on the radio, I think of Joe. That's cool. Dale Boyle. Hey Dale, hope you're well. Poncho and Lefty might be my favorite song. Yeah, man, that's such a great. It's such a masterfully written song. Have you ever learned Town's "Flying Shoes"? You know, I never played that one, but you know what? I need some good songs to play, so I'll have to check out "Flying Shoes." Sue says he jinxed himself about the tech issues going well. Seems some people are saying it's in sync, but in any case, I do need to wrap it up soon. So I'll play a quick instrumental tune, a little Doc Watson to say good evening, and yeah, thanks for being with us during this stream. It's been fun. All right, here we go. Good fun. Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and see you all again for another stream soon. Like I said earlier, I'm going on tour next month. I'm playing on the East Coast and the West Coast of the US, and I'm going to Chicago and playing one local show here in Montana. So if you're in any of those cities, or if you have cousins, tell them to come along. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you enjoy the music, I have a tip jar, joerobinson.com/tipjar, TIPJAR. Thanks in advance to anyone who decides to leave a tip. It's not required for admission, but it's very much appreciated. You can listen to my songs on Spotify and YouTube and all the usual places. And if you appreciate it, then I appreciate you. So thank you very much. And see you all again really soon. Good evening, and I hope you all have a nice